Ever pondered why the income of OnlyFans models is dwindling? In today's deep dive, we're exploring 7 compelling reasons that are shaking up the OnlyFans economy. From the effects of high inflation and interest rates, to the awakening of subscribers realizing they're not getting the value they thought, to the boom and bust cycles of internet trends. We'll also discuss the role of supply and demand and the intriguing trend of passport bros. So buckle up and stay tuned as we delve into these 7 reasons.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video by a content creator called Share Sparkler, and the video is discussing 7 reasons why OnlyFans content creators are not making quite the coin that they used to. So we're going to see if any of these reasons are related to things that I may think might be true, and he also mentioned passport bros, so we'll check that out as well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video.
7 reasons. Firstly, let's consider the economic factors at play. Picture this. You're juggling high inflation with rising interest rates. Your disposable income is shrinking, and you're forced to prioritize your spending. Now ask yourself, would you choose to pay your rent or maintain an OnlyFans subscription? Most rational folks, when faced with the choice between keeping a roof over their heads or subscribing to an OnlyFans model, would naturally opt for the former. It's just not sensible to risk losing your home for the sake of an OnlyFans subscription. Now, let's delve deeper into the economic implications of this scenario. High inflation and interest rates mean that money is tight. People have less to spend on non-essentials. And let's face it, an OnlyFans subscription is a luxury, not a necessity. It's something people might indulge in when times are good, but when the economy is under strain, it's one of the first things to go. Moreover, as the cost of living continues to rise, fewer and fewer people have the disposable income to splurge on digital entertainment. This is particularly true for platforms like OnlyFans, where the value proposition is increasingly being called into question. So it's not surprising that fewer people are willing to spend on OnlyFans. The harsh economic climate simply doesn't allow for such extravagances. Secondly,
Now, I think we can all agree that this is probably the most obvious one. It's funny that he mentioned, it's funny that he mentioned the way he described it, because I remember not too long ago, my mother, and I was kind of surprised, but at the same time I wasn't. My mother was like, "Yeah, I'm getting rid of the cable." I was like, "Getting rid of the cable?" She was like, "Yeah, because things are going up. Everything is becoming more expensive, and I really don't watch cable like that. It's more of a luxury, and a lot of the stuff that I watch is on Netflix and all these streaming networks now. So streaming networks along with YouTube has pretty much made cable obsolete, so to speak. It's people aren't watching cable like they used to. And with it being so expensive, I can understand why, and with, pretty much you being able to watch everything on streaming networks as well as YouTube, other streaming platforms. I can see that as a good way to save money. So very good point there, man. Good example. Let's keep
extravagances. Secondly, men are realizing they're getting a raw deal. They're waking up to the reality that their OnlyFans subscriptions may not be providing the genuine experience they once thought. Imagine this. You're in a digital strip club. The glitz, the glamour, the promise of personal interaction, but here's the catch. You're likely not chatting with the starlet herself, but rather a staff member behind the scenes. The illusion of intimacy is shattered. You're not getting that 3-minute lap dance, no matter how much you're willing to pay. Instead, you're left peering through a digital window with no real connection, no tangible exchange. You're pouring money into a fantasy, a pixelated promise that doesn't quite deliver. It's like buying a ticket to a concert only to find out the band isn't really playing live. In essence, it's a pricey service with little return. Thirdly,
that was a hell of an analogy. I never really thought about that. It's like going to watch a live band play only to find out that they're not actually playing live. Let me tell you something, because I always found this weird about guys that subscribe to OnlyFans. Why? What is it that y'all are really getting out of that? Because y'all do realize that there are plenty of prawn sites that are free, and I think you would get far more bang for, well, not bang for your buck, because it's free versus spending money just to see a chick and y'all quote unquote think you interacting with her when in reality it's probably another dude. Nah, bro, I don't see it, man. Y'all gotta see this, and this is another thing. Y'all gotta stop funding these women's lifestyles, bro. It's not like, because y'all are the same men that they clown on. Let's keep it moving.
Little return. Thirdly, respect and realization are key. Men, often unfairly branded as slow or even unintelligent, are far from foolish. The truth is, it may take time for some to discern the reality of situations, but once they do, they act accordingly. This is happening now with the OnlyFans platform. Many men are growing weary of shelling out considerable amounts of money, only to be met with disrespect. They are recognizing the lack of value in these transactions and are choosing to spend their money elsewhere. This trend is not about being cheap or miserly. It's about respect and value. Men are realizing that they deserve respect for their hard-earned money and that they can find better value in other forms of entertainment or interaction. So it's not surprising to see the shift. Men are not as gullible as some might think. Fourthly,
That's crazy, man. And I literally just mentioned that before he went into that third point. Again, I literally just said that. That's why I never understand how these women can put up. I mean, excuse me. How? Yeah, they might as well be women. How these men can put up with that type of disrespect. Have y'all seen the streamers and how they literally call these men broke and trash and poor just because they won't donate them some money? Like, bro, imagine you being so thirsty for attention from attractive women that you're taking disrespect by being called out of your name, all kind of ad hominems, because you won't give her money and she hasn't done anything for it. She don't know you from a can of paint, but she feels entitled to your money. You gotta be a really, really sad man to deal with that, bro. These guys gotta wake up, bro. Those kind of men, those are the ones that can really make a shift if they really just woke the fuck up and stop doing that shit. Y'all really got to stop doing that, man. Let's keep it moving.
Some might think. Fourthly, we cannot ignore the boom and bust cycle. The economic wizard Ray Dalio famously said, "Everything happens in cycles." This principle applies to everything from the stock market to pop culture trends and, yes, even to OnlyFans. The platform has seen a meteoric rise with creators and subscribers flocking to it in droves. It was a boom cycle, a period of rapid growth and prosperity. But as with all good things, this too had to come to an end. OnlyFans is now in the throes of a bust cycle. Subscriptions are declining, revenues are falling, and disillusionment is setting in. The platform, once a goldmine, is now more of a ghost town. But remember, this is a cycle. It's not the end of the world, just the end of a trend. Just like any trend, OnlyFans too had its peak, and now it's on the decline. Fifthly,
and I believe this to be true because obviously there's been a surplus of content creators starting OnlyFans. Matter of fact, I'd be willing to bet that there are other people that are watching my channel, that are watching this very video. At some point in time, I'd be willing to bet within the last 2 to 3 years, and I'm saying that specifically because that's around the time it boomed, right before that hit, because that's when women started running to it in droves, because a lot of them weren't working essential jobs. Fortunately for me, I still was, thank God. But in the last 3 years, let me know if you haven't had an OnlyFans content creator try to come in your inbox over here promoting her content. I've had that happen to me probably about a good 4, 5, 6 times in the last few years. Y'all let me know if that's happened to y'all. Let's keep it moving.
The decline. Fifthly, the Simps might just be broke. Now, this is purely speculation, but it's possible that some of these diehard fans have exhausted their bank accounts, pouring their hard-earned money into OnlyFans subscriptions. Let's face it, no one has an infinite supply of money, and there's a limit to how much one can borrow. Think about it. How many stories have we heard of addictions leaving people with empty bank accounts, leading to lost homes and devastated livelihoods? Well, the same could be happening here. The addiction to online personas and the illusion of intimacy could be draining these simps of their financial resources. And let's not forget, the more you spend, the more you'll need to earn to keep up with your spending habits. But with inflation and interest rates on the rise, that could be a struggle. Overspending on OnlyFans could lead to financial ruin. After all, there's only so much one can spend. Sixthly, it's all about supply and demand. Picture this, a bustling marketplace where everyone is selling the same product. As more and more vendors set up shop, the quantity of the product increases. This is the current scenario with OnlyFans. More and more creators are popping up, oversaturating the platform with content, but here's the catch. The number of new subscribers isn't keeping pace. Now imagine you're a customer at this crowded market. Suddenly, you discover that the exact product you've been paying for is available for free elsewhere. This is the predicament many OnlyFans subscribers find themselves in, with rampant content leaks plaguing the platform. Why shell out your hard-earned cash for something you can get at no cost? It's not a substitute good we're talking about, but the identical product. This brings us to a fundamental principle of economics. When supply exceeds demand, prices inevitably fall. In the context of OnlyFans, the price here is the income of creators. As the platform becomes more saturated and content leaks continue, the income of OnlyFans models is dropping, so the way the cookie crumbles is pretty clear. The oversupply of content, coupled with a lack of fresh subscribers, and the issue of content leaks has led to a dip in the income of creators. It's simple economics, folks. When supply exceeds demand, prices inevitably fall.
Which
Lastly,
further proves my point that I just said earlier. Because you're having such an influx of content creators going to OnlyFans to try to, have this lavish lifestyle that the top 5% of earners on there are living. This is the outcome that you get. Now there's far too many content creators, more so than there are subscribers. This is why you, and I know I have, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys have had OF content creators jump in your inbox trying to sell you nudes or whatever the case may be. The reason why they're doing that, fellas, is because they're broke. They're not making any money for real. If they were really booming like all these other content creators on there, why do they gotta slide in your inbox promoting their content? Think about it. Let's keep it moving.
fall. Lastly, let's talk about the passport bro trend. It's a fascinating phenomenon where men are realizing they can extract more value by traveling and meeting people in real life instead of spending on digital interactions. It's about men deciding to take control of their own destinies, to seek out genuine connections rather than hiding behind a screen. Think about it. When you're a passport bro, you're not just paying for a fleeting moment of attention from a virtual persona. Instead, you're investing in experiences, in cultures, in personal growth, and most importantly, in real relationships. You're opening yourself up to a world of possibilities, something that no subscription to an OnlyFans account can provide. Sure, traveling might seem more expensive at first glance, but when you factor in the emotional and psychological benefits, it becomes clear which option provides more bang for your buck. And let's not forget the excitement of exploring new places, the thrill of immersing oneself in a different culture, and the joy of making genuine connections. The passport bro trend is about more than just travel. It's about breaking free from the shackles of a digital world. It's about reclaiming the human experience in its raw and unfiltered form. It's about men realizing that they deserve more than just a digital facade. So why spend on OnlyFans when you can get more for your money elsewhere? So there you have it, the 7 reasons why the income of OnlyFans models is dropping. Firstly, people are prioritizing their basic needs over entertainment due to economic constraints. Secondly, men are realizing that OnlyFans might not be the fair deal they thought it was. Respect and realization also play a part. Men are seeking respect and are tired of being seen in a negative light. The boom and bust cycle of the economy also affects OnlyFans, and it seems we're now in a bust phase. Simps might also be running out of money due to their OnlyFans addiction. Supply and demand is another factor, as the growing number of OnlyFans creators outpaces the number of new subscribers. Finally, men are finding more value in becoming passport bros.
So again, the name of that brother's channel is Share Sparkler. I will tag him in the description and try to remember to leave the link to this specific video if you guys want to see it in its totality. But I did react to it all the way through because I thought this was a very important video, because I had no idea up until I came across this that this was a thing, but I always kind of had a feeling that it was happening for one of the reasons that I mentioned, because I've been seeing way more content creators slide in my inbox over here trying to get me to buy content. I'm thinking to myself, I thought y'all girls didn't have to do that. But I guess so, because the market is saturated now. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.